Hi, my name is Layla Kinsey, and this is my persuasive speech. It is about why kids should play sports. Whenever someone asks 9-year-old Emma who her best friend is, her immediate response is almost always Abigail. Her and Abigail have been inseparable ever since they both started playing rec league soccer. While most adults just see kids running up and down a field chasing after a ball, Abby and Emma get to experience something unique, the joy of friendship while falling in love with a new sport. Years later, they remain best friends, even in competitive high school soccer, and they were always there to support each other. It's important that young boys and girls everywhere get to experience the same things that Abby and Emma did. Youth sports aren't just about winning or losing, but allowing kids to learn and grow while having fun. However, many of us know kids who spend more time on screens than they do outside, being active and playing sports. Their habits today will shape their health and success tomorrow. I personally grew up playing sports. I've played soccer, softball, volleyball, and tennis, and I know that I didn't just get to learn how to play these sports and develop skills when I was younger, but I also learned habits and skills that help me today in my academic career, and also as I begin to prepare for college and for future work life. From these experiences, I know that it's important for all kids to participate in sports because sports improve their physical health, support mental and emotional well-being, and build essential life skills that lead to long-term success. Let's begin with the most obvious benefit, what sports do for kids' physical health. As most people know, regular physical activity helps prevent obesity and chronic disease. Youth sports participation increases overall physical activity. It helps maintain a healthy weight and reduces obesity risk as long as chronic illnesses. According to a study by Michigan State University, increased sports participation can prevent over 1.7 million cases of overweight and obesity and hundreds of thousands of weight-related diseases across U.S. youth. Kids participating in sports isn't just about getting them outside and having fun, it's about teaching them habits for how to stay healthy throughout their lives. Youth sports also helps kids develop strong bones, muscles, and coordination. Many kids are inspired and motivated by sports to get up and off of screens and move their bodies. Active kids become healthier adults. They learn how to be outside and have fun while being active. Along with becoming healthier overall, they gain coordination and strength from sports that they cannot get from technology and from short-term happiness that comes from video games and watching videos online. While many kids are entertained by tablet and video games and spend less time outside and active, when they participate in sports at a young age, kids are encouraged to exercise and have fun in exciting ways. While physical health is important, sports also play a powerful role in how kids feel and think every day. This leads to my next point, that sports support mental health and emotional well-being. Physical activity is linked to lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression in children and adolescents. The Upswing Foundation explains that regular exercise can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression by up to about 20% among adolescents. Additionally, team sports participation is associated with lower mental health difficulty, and it helps fight anxiety and depression. Playing team sports helps many kids deal with anxiety that they're going to face as they grow up. It gives them the opportunity to create friendships and bonding with their teammates. It gives them a community that they can lean on when they face challenges as they grow. Additionally, sports can increase confidence and self-esteem. Kids who play sports report higher self-esteem and lower stress than non-athletes, partially because of achievement, feedback, and social support. This is also explained by the Upswing Foundation. Kids who play sport, they have goals to achieve that they work for, and they learn the importance of hard work as they grow. Sports provides a healthy outlet for emotions and builds a sense of team belonging. When they struggle with things, they don't just have to hold it in, they have people they can talk to, and they have a way to let out these emotions in a healthy way. Team environments create camaraderie, support, and a sense of belonging that counter loneliness and helps kids cope with challenges. Like I shared the story earlier, kids make friendships that last for a lifetime. When they grow up and go to middle school and high school, of course they will face many more challenges that deal with mental health. However, when they have friendships in sports, it will help them battle that and have people they can lean on and that can support them. Beyond how kids feel now, sports also prepare them with skills they will use for the rest of their lives. Which, my last point, is that sports build essential life skills and academic habits. Sports teach discipline, responsibility, and time management. Kids have to learn how to get ready and be at practice on time. A lot of times they have big commitments during games. They have to remember how to work together in a team and be responsible for their job on the team. This doesn't just stay in sports, but it also transfers to their academic life. A lot of teachers report that they struggle to get kids ready for class and be responsible for what they need to do in class or in assignments. However, when kids already know how to be prepared for sports, they also are better prepared for classroom learning time. Collaborating with teammates builds communication, conflict resolution, and leadership skills that transfers into academic and future work. According to an article from Dennis Thompson, teens involved in organized sports are more likely to graduate high school and earn higher grades. Not only do kids become better prepared for classes and to be responsible for their own classwork, they also learn how to work in groups better and how to be leaders in group assignments. Student athletes show higher graduation rates, better attendance, and higher test scores than non-athletes. Of course, not everyone agrees that kids should play sports, so we need to address some common concerns. One concern is that sports are too time-consuming and take away from schoolwork. Many parents are worried that while kids spend many hours at practice and games, they won't have time for schoolwork. And this can be the case when kids are put into high-pressure travel sports situations where they have to travel far for games and be at hour-long practices. However, if this isn't well suited for a child, there's always rec league sports. They can get the same benefits from less intense leagues as they could from spending hours playing a sport. They would still be on a team, would learn teamwork, responsibility, and how to grow and be a healthier adult as they grow up. Additionally, for the concern that it takes away from schoolwork, a lot of high school teams, the coaches require their players to have good grades. So it actually motivates them to do better in school and to focus on that so that they can maintain a spot on their sports team. Another concern is that sports can be dangerous and cause injuries. A lot of parents are concerned that youth sports are associated with injuries, especially with high training volume or early specialization. While this is a real concern, and some sports are linked with very high risk of injury, there are also safer options for every kid. Additionally, there are even safer gear being put out every year, and there's always safer options for if a sport is deemed too dangerous by a parent. For example, a lot of parents are concerned about the dangers of football and its associations with head injuries. However, there are better and more safe helmets being put out every year, and there are safer versions of the sport that kids can play. For example, flag football is growing in popularity each year, and more kids are able to play it. It offers the same fun of the game, but gives it in a more safe way as kids aren't colliding head-on every play. Additionally, the overall benefits of sports typically outweigh the risks when proper coaching, safety rules, and athletic training support are in place. While there is the risk of injury, there's also the benefit of the kid growing up, knowing how to be healthy and take care of their body in a safe manner. Another concern is that sports can be too competitive or stressful. However, a lot of times the competitive and stressfulness of a sport is due to the parents and them putting pressure on the child rather than the game itself. When adults emphasize fun, effort, and personal growth over winning, sports become a positive environment that builds resilience instead of pressure. If adults are able to emphasize growing in the sport and having fun rather than always performing your best or winning, it takes away that pressure from the child and allows them to truly grow and to fall in love with a sport that can last them for years. Once we consider this evidence and address these concerns, the overall message is that sports are beneficial to kids is clear. In conclusion, children should participate in organized sports because sports make them physically healthier, emotionally stronger, and better prepared for school and life beyond the classroom. When kids step into a field of sport, they're not just playing a game. They're practicing the habits, confidence, and character that will shape the rest of their lives. So parents, I encourage you to enroll your child in a sport, let them try out different things and learn what they love. Always encourage them and never make the sport something stressful or something that the child dreads and doesn't want to participate in. Encourage them to try many different things and learn what is best for them so that they can grow to be healthier and stronger. Schools protect and expand sports programs, especially for younger students and those in low-income communities. Keep sports safe and available for all children. And finally, students, if you're not playing a sport, I encourage you to try one this season, even if you feel unsure, and see how it helps you become not just better on the field, but also stronger in the classroom and with your peers. That's the end of my speech.